I mean, killing him from 20 health seems unlikely. But we're going to go for it. At least we are finally comboing off.
Hey everyone, Raptor Spank here, and today we have another Stiff Brew. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, but basically for anyone who hasn't seen any of the previous one, this is a show where I build a deck around some weird, janky brew around cards, something like that, and then we just try to see if we can make it work. Today we're doing a pretty classic brew around card of Cloud Drinker / Viktor, whatever you want to call it. You can call it Vault Breaker, Dawn Dusk, whatever. The point is, we're looking to go infinite. Now, you can't truly go infinite in Legends of Runeterra anymore because of a certain change that now limits the number of spells you can cast in one turn, but you can cast this until you hit that limit, essentially, and if the limit was gone, you could go infinite with it. So yeah, basically the idea is just to get out a Cloud Drinker, copy it with Dawn to Dusk so that you have 3 of them, and then cast Vault Breaker, which would then cost 0, which then creates a copy in hand, which would also cost 0, and you can just keep casting that over and over again, creating more and more copies, and casting the copies, and just keep that cycle going. So let's dive straight into the deck, and it starts with the champion package. So first off, we've got 3 copies of Ezreal. Why is Ezreal in this deck, and why isn't it Vi? Because Vi gives you extra Vault Breakers. It's a big debate, but honestly, I found that Vi was pretty bad in the deck, and just generally speaking, the extra Vault Breakers were a little bit hard to pull off, especially in a meta where Vi could die fairly easily and would get targeted often. So in this case, Ezreal is actually a big win condition for the deck. Now, it's kind of hard to level up Ezreal with the deck, but we have a number of things that can work for that, things like Iterative Improvement, Mystic Shot, and then a couple of other random damage-based things like Static Shock, Aftershock, and you can even get more Mystic Shots off Ezreal hitting their Nexus. But basically, if we level him up, he's going to ping the opponent's Nexus for 1 damage every time we cast a spell, which, when we get infinite Vault Breakers, that's going to do infinite damage, quote unquote. And I believe the limit on spell cast is above 20, so in theory you should be able to kill your opponent with a leveled up Ezreal and the combo in place. So essentially this is just sort of a backup win condition that also works as an elusive blocker and sort of a removal engine so we can keep killing things that our opponent plays. Now, from there on, we have 3 copies of Viktor, which is kind of, I mentioned, one of the brew around cards. Essentially, it can sort of do what Cloud Drinker does, just not quite as well. First off, you have to actually level him up, and then he only reduces the cost on created cards. So as long as we can cast that first Vault Breaker, we can go infinite. But he won't actually make the first Vault Breaker cheaper, like Cloud Drinker will, so we have to still have the 3 mana available after Dawn to Dusking to create multiple Viktors. We have to have 3 mana up so we can cast Vault Breaker, and then we can go infinite with it. So he's a slightly worse version than Cloud Drinker, but essentially it just increases the number of combo pieces we have in the deck so that we're more likely to see that combo. And then just in general, his random Hex Core upgrades can get him into a place that's actually really good, and we do have a number of ways to create cards to actually level him up fairly quickly. So just all in all, he's a great backup combo piece. Then from there we have our follower package. So first off, we have 2 copies of Zaunite Urchin. I kept debating between this and Poro Cannon, and ultimately I decided on Urchin to draw us towards our combo faster, and also gives us a nice turn 1 play without losing cards, because sometimes with Poro Cannon you have a handful of combo pieces, and you don't want to lose one of those combo pieces to play Poro Cannon. So that can be a bit rough, and while the same can be true for Zaunite Urchin, it's just that 2 power adds a little more to the table, and since it draws you through your deck, it helps you find your combo pieces if you're missing it, so it's got that backup added bonus. Then we have 3 copies of Ballistic Bot. This helps us level up our Viktor with ignitions every turn. We can also turn those ignitions into cards by using Zaunite Urchin to cycle it away. We can also use it with things like Puffcap Peddler to plant a bunch of mushrooms in our opponent's necks. It's just a pretty good value card, essentially, for the deck that comes down fairly quick, fairly early, and can survive at least 1 hit, usually in the early game. Then we have 3 copies of Puffcap Peddler. This is our other backup win condition, so if we can cast infinite spells, we can plant infinite mushrooms in our opponent's deck. So that's the whole point of Puffcap Peddler here, is essentially to have him in place, and then assemble the combo and plant a bunch of mushrooms in our opponent's deck. Although, since there is a limit on the number of spells we can cast per turn, it is a lot harder to kill our opponent through this, but it is still a pretty strong win condition and something we can win through even without assembling the combo, potentially by having a lot of spells to cast to trigger him, and then things like Chump Wump to add even more mushrooms to the deck. So just in general, it's a really great value card for the deck, especially for as a 3-mana 3/3. It can also really threaten your opponent a lot and block or trade with a number of important things, so that's also great as well. Then we have 2 copies of Chump Wump. This is just here to create a bunch of cards in hand. That's essentially 2 mana for 2 cards created to level up our Viktor. That's the big idea. It does combo semi-well with Puffcap Peddler and just the general mushroom plan, so that's an added bonus. But really, it's just a very good body that comes with multiple cards to level up our Viktor. So it's just a really good value find for us, essentially. And then finally, we have those 3 Cloud Drinkers just to be the primary combo, essentially. Mostly we just want a Dawn to Dusk, a Cloud Drinker to get those Vault Breakers all for free. So this is our best follower in the deck and arguably one of our best cards in the deck. So just in general, this is our primary way of comboing off. Now let's look at the spells for the deck. So first off, we have 3 copies of Rummage. We're a combo deck that needs at least 3 cards and arguably 4 cards because we need Vault Breaker plus Viktor or Cloud Drinker plus Dawn to Dusk and then another way to win the game. But potentially you could win with just those 3 by them not being able to block all 3 units. So you'd be able to swing with all 3 and then just pump whichever one is unblocked to the amount of damage that's lethal. So in theory you can do it, but arguably we're going to need 4 cards, so Rummage to draw us deeper into our deck is just really important for making sure we can actually find those combo pieces and do what our deck is looking to do. Then we have 3 copies of Iterative Improvement. This is really great for just getting units out of our opponent's deck. It also creates cards that we can play to level up Viktor, and also it targets our opponent's stuff, so that also helps to level up Ezreal on top of that. So it's just a great value card that can give us blockers, or just great utility cards, and level up both of our important champions along the way. And then we have 3 copies of Mystic Shot. This is just our primary removal because it's very cheap and we are a very mana hungry deck. Because at some point we're going to want to cast a 6 mana spell and probably have 3 mana left over after doing that. So we kind of want to have a lot of mana, so our removal being cheap is very useful for making sure we can keep banking mana every turn. So this is just the best way to go about it, and we can also potentially point it at the Nexus if we manage to get our opponent low enough but not quite kill them. And then we have our other combo piece, Vault Breaker. As I mentioned, this is just a primary card of the combo because it goes infinite, because it creates a copy of itself. So by reducing its cost by 3, those copies are free, but the copy will always produce another copy, so you can just keep casting them infinitely, essentially. So that's just our primary part of the combo. Then we have 1 copy of Aftershock. This is just a neat catch-all. It could be pointed Nexus. It can kill something with 3 health. It can also destroy a landmark, which can be very valuable against things like Aphelios running the Veiled Temple, stuff like that. So this is just a nice way to catch some scary things. I even had a game against Howling Abyss where they tapped out 7 mana for Howling Abyss on turn 7, and we Aftershocked it, and that was not fun for our opponent. So it's just a nice little catch for a couple of problematic cards. And then obviously we have a copy of Deny. We'd want more copies of this, but it's really hard to get everything we need in the deck, so we're running 1 copy and a number of ways to cycle towards this so that hopefully we have it in the matchup we need it. But essentially it's just to protect our Dawn to Dusk combo, either by preventing removal on Cloud Drinker or by preventing a Deny on our Dawn to Dusk. So it's just there to basically win against the decks that can interact with our combo. And then we have 1 copy of Static Shock. This is a nice little draw us a card, but also it's really there for leveling up Ezreal since it gets 2 triggers. And so that can be one of our best ways to get Ezreal leveled up. So yeah, that's why that card's in the deck mostly. I played with a couple of things in this spot, but ultimately found that Static Shock was the best. And then we have 3 copies of Deep Meditation. Essentially, this is one of our best cards for finding our combo because 2 out of the 3 cards necessary for the combo are spells, and that is the Vault Breaker and the Dawn to Dusk. And also we have a bunch of 1-ofs in the deck, so this helps us hit those 1-ofs and also just helps us find our combo pieces. And eliminates all those dead draws like, say, Urchin, Ballistic Bot, Puffcap Peddler, Chump Wump, etc. When you don't really need them, you need the Dawn to Dusk or the Vault Breaker. This helps you find it. And we have a decent way to get this made cheaper through things like mushroom clouds and ignition, etc. So we have a number of ways to get it down to that cheap price. And then finally, the last part of our combo, Dawn and Dusk. This is the thing that copies the Cloud Drinker so that the other thing is free. So this is just one of our important combo cards. Have to have it. It's part of how we go infinite. So 3 copies of it, easy. I wouldn't want to go down any less than that because it's already hard enough to find all of the combo pieces as is. And that's the deck. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into some ranked matches in Masters and see if we can get even a single win or even assemble the combo once. So it's going to be a bit rough, but we're going to do the best we can and see how it goes. And if this looks at all interesting to you, you can find a deck link and a deck code in the description below. And yeah, let's jump straight into those matches.
Oh, man. Yep, tonight's not looking good, that's for sure. But hey, maybe we'll be lucky. Maybe they'll have a slow hand. Yeah, we'll pitch all that. We'll keep the Ezreal. Because Ezreal might be able to do something. They have the attack on turn 1 again. Oh, Lord, this game's so unfair sometimes. Look, we're just trying to do some degenerate combos. Okay, that's actually fantastic. I think we pitched the Chump Wump to get something on the board turn 1. It's probably worth it. We're definitely keeping Mystic Shot. We're definitely keeping Ezreal, because the whole point of keeping this hand was the Ezreal. So we will be keeping that. Chump Wump isn't necessarily good in this matchup, so pitch that. And we only have one piece of the combo right now, which is the Vault Breakers, so we are missing quite a lot, and we need quite a lot. But hey, we're buying ourselves time so far. Is it worth it? Probably not. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Still not worth it. Not worth playing the Urchin. I don't really want to pitch Rummage.
Flesh was weak, but look at me now.
Then we can bank 1 for Rummage.
Axes coming right up.
Okay, well, we'll kill that and take the 3. And if he wants to pitch that for more damage, he can. Actually, he probably should have. On reflection, he probably should have. Alright.
Can you improve perfection?
Play the Ezreal.
Time for a true display of skill.
See if he has a way to kill it. See if he'll attempt to kill it. If we can actually connect, we're going to Mystic Shot something. I don't know what, but we're going to Mystic Shot something. As much as I want to play this on Night Urchin, I think Mystic Shot is going to have slightly more value. He's deep in thought. I should have used Firecracker T-Hex. Forgot about that. Is he thinking about killing him? Is that what he's thinking? I suppose we could Rummage and Zonite Urchin this turn. And Rummage away like Ignition and Mystic Shot. Oh, okay, never mind. Alright, well that does make it real easy on us. Which is play the Urchin, pitch the Ignition. Oof. Things are not looking great for us right now. Although they never were, so that's really not that surprising. That's a win condition at least. Okay. Pitching that for a card draw. Yeah, I mean, we'll pass. Okay.
Have a mushroom. Have 3. Oh, it is a great day.
Oof. That's unfortunate. Oh, maybe I should have just rummaged in response. Yeah, we'll block here. We'll block here. We'll block there, and then we'll take 1 billion. Yeah, I think that's kind of what we got to do. I kind of still need these ignitions for now. And I think we are going to pitch these 2 right now. Well, that's not bad. That's not necessarily bad. I mean, our health is so low right now that, like, Jinx is going to be lethal for us regardless.
Hey, on the bright side, if he actually, if he plays Augmented Experimenter to kill Ezreal, we're still gonna get to play Ezreal and get a Mystic Shot. So that'd be sweet. Who do we even Mystic Shot? Ooh, wait. Ooh, Iterative on House Spider is actually incredibly good for us. I didn't even think about that. Iterative on House Spider is amazing for us. That would get Ezreal up to, like, 3 of 6?
Oh, take your time, pal.
Okay. What'd he lose? Didn't really lose anything.
Shot, all skill. Can't stop me.
Okay. That is the biggest threat.
Charge.
Rules are made to be broken.
Ah, I see.
People.
You should try blinking sometime.
So we've cast, what, 1 spell this turn? Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll lose this. I know I could cast it, but I'd rather bank the mana. I think that's worth more. Whew! We are in the danger area. Viktor is not particularly great.
Axes coming right up. Would a mushroom help?
Inferior design.
How much damage can I take? Not a lot. But I can take some.
Firing.
But I am risking dying to Jinx rockets, and there's a decent chance he can empty this hand. I mean, he can pitch 2 of these cards off of Axis alone. Oh dear lord. That's not great. We are not in great shape right now. Okay. So he plays those 2. Yep. I suppose as long as he can't get a rocket this turn?
Time for the moneymakers.
Weird.
I'm on the verge.
Okay, so that's game over, pretty much.
We are doing it.
I'm not even sure what we can do to make this not bad for us. He dies to mushrooms? Then that'll definitely happen. Well, it's gonna be harder for him to empty his hand drawing 2 cards this turn. So that's pretty sweet, right? Well, there's the Dawn and Dusk. We are a million years away from casting that, but, you know. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I want to grab that, but that will not actually work for what we need to do. Pitch that, draw a new one. Okay, that's not really gonna work.
The time of machines is now.
Okay, Viktor is best here because I could get lifesteal.
Analyzing approach.
Well, that was not the lifesteal we needed. Oh lord. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, yep. Alright, yeah, that was a waste of our time. Yeah, that wasn't a matchup we were ever going to win, though. That was as close as we were going to get, but we need to find our combo sooner, and we need our opponent to not have Jinx, so, yep. Oh well. Oh lord. Yeah, this matchup's not winnable. It's really not. They have Deny. Oh, man. What I'd give for a matchup we'd actually have a chance of, like, Feel the Rush. No, at least I didn't have a turn 1 best play.
Once I stamp papers, now faces.
Was that actually a mistake?
System upgrade.
That was probably a mistake.
Heard there was a little fella asking for.
My shield is yours.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, no Fiora is very good for us.
Fire guilty.
But we don't have a single piece of the combo yet. Sharp sight plus single combat. No, I can play Urchin plus Ezreal. That's not too bad.
Anything else?
I'm gonna play the Urchin. If he passes again, then we will not play Ezreal.
I've got your back.
Okay. That's fine.
My steel is yours.
I will throw an Urchin in front of that. Or I'll just take the damage, honestly.
I didn't do nothing.
That way if he has some, like, single combat, he still loses something. Yeah. I mean, Ezreal probably dies if I play him right now. Okay, I mean, I'll fight over that, I think. Just because if he uses even more resources to make sure this dies, then, I mean, that's perfectly fine with us. Okay. Well, we still get the Ezreal trigger. And it still dies to this, this fight here. Tough's a pretty bad card to have in the deck, too, so that's a good sign to see. Knowing that they have cards like that, that is very good for us. We'll play Ezreal, I guess. And see if our opponent can kill the Ezreal. He's used a tough, he's used single combat. Okay, well, does he have the sharp sight? If he does, he does. If he does not, he does not. Appears to not. I mean, Ezreal's gonna die next turn, but that's probably fine. Yeah, we'll cast Ignition so we can cast this Deep Meditation. Since we're missing basically all of our combo, we're gonna want to go for that real quick. I mean, Viktor can kind of work as the combo. It's not likely to happen, but we do have this Ballistic Bot pumping out Ignition, so I mean, it could happen. That's fine. So we'll play Viktor, Ignition, and the other thing. I mean, he probably has a way to kill Viktor, too, to be fair. If he kills Viktor, then, I was going to say then we can, we could rummage away the Hex Core upgrade. This can't really give Viktor anything, worth giving. Combat spell to kill the Viktor in response. Wow. Okay, interesting. Interesting choice. I guess I see what they're going for with that choice. They're burning a lot of resources, though, which is honestly pretty good for us. I mean, they used a Relentless Pursuit and a Concerted Strike there. The problem is, for us, on our end, is that we are missing all of the combo. After losing him, we are missing every piece of the combo. Oh, Lord. Well, there's the combo, at least. We are basically out of time now, but... No? That could work. Although we don't have a way to actually win off that. Probably playing Chump Wump this turn, yeah. And then we are going to Mushroom Cloud like our lives depend upon it. For indeed they do. I think. Although there is an argument for doing Static Shock to make sure this dies. Yeah, whatever. This gives us the potential of getting the combo, unless he's running more than one Relentless Pursuit and he happens to have it in hand. Well.
We must evolve with utmost efficiency.
Do we just go for it? We'll try to give him a random keyword. If he plays Bright Steel Formation, it's the best day of our lives. If he does that, we just lose, right?
I thought you'd never ask.
Trying to think what we could even do to stay alive at this point. This went substantially better than the last time I played this, but yeah. Still, game over. It doesn't matter. So close right there. If they didn't have a combat spell right then and there, we actually got to combo off. It probably wasn't going to work, but I mean, there's a possibility that we get elusive onto Viktor there and we get to combo off, but unfortunately, opponent had it, so there we go.
Man, I wish I had that kind of luck when I played Targon Fizz. Because it is not common for it to pull. It is not common for it to pull the Written in the Stars. It really is not. I have played Written in the Stars decks so many times. I assure you, it almost never works. All right, so we'll swing with everything here. I think. Actually, you know what? No, let's play Ezreal.
Don't blink or you'll miss me.
I don't know what I was thinking. I can kill this TF. We should play the Ezreal. Okay, that's fine. Oh, even better. He has to think about it. Good, good. It's not like he just pulled the best thing ever and he's like, alright, slam it. Unless he plays, like, the Trickster right now. Then I'd be mildly annoyed that he took that long to decide, because the Trickster is very, very obviously the best choice. Nothing he has can kill these, so we'll swing with them.
You were misguided.
I expect jumps, yeah. Now here's the thing, I want to cast these Ignitions. I really do. But I think I have to kill TF this turn. Although, maybe not. Maybe I don't need to. No. No, let's be safe. Let's be safe. He's gonna draw another card that gets him to 3. He could draw some sort of way, or he may have already gotten it, some way to protect the TF. He could have Pale Cascade, so for once I will be smart. Okay. Well, I do need to cast 2 things in order to level this Viktor up.
Daylight star.
Oh, Lord.
The skies.
Okay, we'll pitch an Ignition. Oh, Puffcap's actually pretty solid. So we'll play Puffcap and then Ignition, maybe? We're gonna trade a Ballistic Bot with this if he swings. And then we'll chump with Daring Poro. Ew. Do I fight for that? That's so bad for me, though. Ugh. Alright. I mean, I don't think it's worth investing a deny into it. I don't.
It is time.
Okay, we'll chump block that. So we still get to Ignition this turn, and then we can Viktor plus Hex Core to level him up next turn. Tragic what occurred there, but it's not the end of the game.
Can you improve perfection?
Cloud Drinker's pretty sweet.
Join the glorious evolution. The flashbacks will bow, great maker.
Yeah, we'll Hex Core. We'll Hex Core. I was thinking about rummaging the Hex Core away, because of the fact that that we have this Cloud Drinker now. Man, this really is a Shroom deck. Oh, he's gonna kill my Shroom guy, isn't he? Probably just grab Calibrum. I need that Puffcap Peddler. Unless he tries to kill my Ballistic Bot, I'd be fine with that. That would be a poor play on his part, but Oh, maybe I should have kept the Nye for Calibrum. Oh, he took Crescendum. That's wild. Oh, that is an incredibly good find, though. Well, I think my Puffcap Peddler may be dead anyways. Gave him elusive. That's phenomenal. Yeah. We will swing with that. We're not going to swing with the Ezreal. So here's the thing. People hate Ezreal. So by keeping Ezreal, my opponent is more likely to try and kill Ezreal with this Boxtopus. Ezreal is what we call bait. That's what he is right now. He is bait. If they kill Viktor, that's fine too, because we have Cloudbreaker. It's not ideal, but it's fine. See what he goes for. Dear Lord. He's at 10 cards. My God. Yeah, we're gonna rummage these two away. We're at the stage that rummaging is worth more. So we're gonna rummage Pitch Ignition and Hex Core to see what we can find. We can chump block with this Ballistic Bot, no problem. I can lose literally anything on my board except for this Puffcap Peddler. So naturally, that's probably what he's going to kill. Yup. What did I say? All right, let's see. Let's see what we can find. Well, that's part of the combo. Yup. That's sad panda moment. How many puff caps we have in the deck? 10. Okay, not many. Okay, we will kill that. Oh Lord, what is this? What is this fucking nonsense? What? That's literally impossible. Alright, well I will kill one of those with a Mystic Shot then. I was thinking about trading Ezreal and then drawing another one. Yeah, no. You get out of here with that nonsense. Absolute crap is what that is. Wow, the odds. I mean, this is a bad deck, so its chances of winning are near zero. But this has been some of the most outrageous crap tonight of all time. So, yeah, and they're going to kill the Ezreal. Alright. Yeah. This is some crap. Well, we are going to keep Viktor alive, at the very least. Shuffle another Ezreal in. Since the elusive win isn't going to work, so we have to find another Puffcap Peddler. Or we lose anyways. Okay. So, let's cycle. Yeah, I don't really need more Cloud Drinkers, to be quite frank. I guess we Aftershock to kill something here. Maybe Boxtopus is our best bet.
Keep up, keep up.
Yeah, Boxtopus is our best bet. We don't want him getting to choose how things go. Oh lord, that's unreal. Man, this game is so obscene sometimes. Fury? Yep, pass the turn. Well, another rummage is actually pretty strong. That is not good. not good at all. Okay. So, we kill this. We kill that. We copy this. He casts another buff spell, because there's no justice in this. Maybe I should have killed Boxabus, to be frank, but... Dear Lord. Well, he might not have hit iterative improvement. He probably did, but he might not have. Well, that didn't do much. Well, nothing has overwhelm yet. Rummage is actually the best thing I could have found there. I can technically chump block everything while keeping Cloud Drinker alive. That doesn't really do enough, but... What's he got? Another flyer, and I'm probably dead regardless. Overwhelm, and I'm dead. What you got, bud? Okay. That is fine. It's not good, but it's fine. I mean, we're looking to win by going infinite. So, you know. Yeah, I mean, at this point, that's just our best bet. It's just to all-in this Cloud Drinker. Oh, I was supposed to... Wait, no, Cloud Drinker makes this 0 regardless. We're good. I thought we made a huge mistake there, but we did not. Okay. Can we find the combo? That, I mean, that is the combo. Don't cast that. Alright. Puffcap Peddler off the top. That is not a Puffcap Peddler off the top. Only 9 Puffcaps in his deck. Only 19 cards left in his deck as well. Ooh, he did get my iterative improvement. That's tragic to an extreme. I mean, I can kill that at least. But if he kills this Cloud Drinker, that's basically game over. Yep, not looking good. So we kill this, and we block another thing. Then we take 3, 2, that's 5, plus 8 is 13, which has us still alive, but barely. Not great. Okay. Go for that. See what happens. Again, this is actually bad for us because it's creating cards on the top of our deck. He probably has like a Pale Cascade and we're dead. Or actually any damage buff and we're dead. Okay. That's super good for me, I think. Oh wait, no, it's still gonna put itself in the deck. Oh lord. And Twisted Fate is now lethal.
Night flowers upon my blade.
Have a mushroom.
Let's see what he does. Does he have the Twisted Fate? Kinda seems like a no. I can actually go for this Dawn Dusk right now. Please no Hush.
They grow up so fast.
I mean, killing him from 20 health seems unlikely. But we're gonna go for it. At least we are finally comboing off. We are finally comboing off. We got it. It happened. Plant all of the mushrooms we can. We'll see how far the game lets us go. It doesn't let us go very far, and there is a hard cap on number of casts. I think it's changed from where it was. Go! Come on! I don't care that the unit's stunned. I'm just trying to cast spells. The crazy part about this, and why it's good that there is a hard cap, is that when this happens, it's going to pass to my opponent, and then my opponent's going to have to pass back to me, and I'm going to be able to continue this. So I'm eventually going to run out of time, and it's going to rope me, and then it's going to pass it to him, and then he's going to be like, okay, and then pass to me, or he's going to play TF and I die. And now I'm going to keep casting. And he'll start roping me again, but the cycle continues. And we're just going to cast this until I can't cast anymore, and then we'll cast Mushroom Cloud. Aww. Now you cast the Hush? That's wild. You are terrible at this game. I can't believe he waited that long to cast Hush. Yeah, so my opponent has never seen the Cloud Drinker combo before. Well, if you can't kill me this turn, we go again. We can't go infinite this time, but we can cast it a bunch. A pretty lucky Vault Breaker off the top, though. I mean, we're probably dead. We're at 1 health. We died to so many different things. We died to a Warning Shot. We died to a Twisted Fate. But I'm gonna cast this as many times as I can. Now we have a much higher limit on this, obviously. But hey, at least you got to see the combo go off in this game. So this is what happens with the combo. This is what we are looking to do. Obviously, we would have preferred the free ones here, but 85 Puffcaps. Now he plays TF and we die, but you know, we got to see it at least. I'm at least excited that we finally got to actually show it. But yeah, we are very dead. Yep, and there it is. Red card for the lethal. Yep. And there's the GG. Told ya. He was so deep into his deck at that point that drawing TF was pretty much guaranteed, so I assumed he had it. So, you know, unfortunate, but not surprising. He had enough answers to slow us down, and that ended up saving him in the end. And the life gain. If he didn't have the life gain, we might have had a shot too, but altogether, pretty much an expected result there. Really confused by my opponent's play, though. That is actually legitimately some of the worst play I've ever seen. To cast Dawn and Dusk on a Cloud Drinker, and he didn't hush it. He let me have it. That's just wild.
Fizz Lucives. Okay. I mean, this is probably the aggro deck we have the most chance against, but that's really not saying much. Actually, Iterative Improvement's actually really good in this specific matchup. There's a reason they run it, and it's really good for them. It could be really good for us too, but we are missing all of the combo. We do have a win condition, but we are missing the whole combo. And Chump Wump is going to be pretty bad, just in general. Ezreal's actually pretty good. But we don't have the Zonite Urchin. Oh, well. He doesn't have Fizz, so not that bad. Yeah, Deny could save us a lot. I definitely don't want to use Iterative on this Ballistic Bot unless I absolutely have to. Yep, that's fine. I mean, it's not impossible for us to actually get Ezreal this game. It's not exactly likely either, but it's not impossible. Pitch to suit up. That's one of the cards we are most scared of in this matchup. Yeah, I mean we can't take a hit like that. And while he can't suit up, we'll kill that. Get some mushrooms into our opponent's deck. Trade with Ballistic Bot so we don't take 1 billion damage.
And then we can iterative improvement this to get a flyer.
I thought you'd never ask.
Gotta go with the flow.
Okay, okay. Well, I guess we might as well bank mana at that point. We are really far from leveling up this Viktor, though, and that's the only combo piece we've found so far. Okay, well now I can play a Puffcap and then iterative. Yeah, I can take 3. That's not a big deal. And if I block, like, that seemed like an obvious suit up for him to go like that. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this because we need to get this Viktor started with Hex Core upgrades ASAP. Because he's only gonna get worse from here on out. We're probably gonna copy this Zap with iterative improvement, which will get us a little bit closer to leveling up Ezreal. Okay, that's a burn spell gone. I mean, we like that. We definitely like that.
Another brilliant design.
If we get elusive onto this Viktor, that's so huge. We have a few turns to hit that. How many spells have we cast? 1, 2. That's it? Okay. So Wiggly's not particularly likely. Okay. How much mana do we have here? So if I play this, I can copy and play one of these, but I can't copy and play Zap. Is it too greedy to play Puffcap? It probably is, actually. So let's copy this and then play it.
Like a fish in water.
I forgot that could grab a combo piece. It's actually really good. Okay. Okay. So that's a 2 cost. Okay. That's a 1 cost. Okay, he has a bunch. So we probably don't even play this Hex Core upgrade then.
Metal is perfection.
Gonna have to play for our health very carefully. Okay, he just pitched a Death Ray, and what was that? A Mystic Shot? Or Get Excited? His hand must be straight fire, because otherwise that's a terrible play. That's 2 Get Exciteds down. Okay. There's the other Wiggles. Okay. That's scary, is what that is. I think we have to be safe and block as many things as possible. There's the combo. Okay, so we will block here,
You can't do
block here.
No sweat.
Now, for being as safe as possible, we have to block like this, right?
No way.
Try again.
Okay. Now what? We play Puffcap Peddler?
Gotta go with the flow.
Then we Hex Core? It's scary. He is drawing a lot of cards. We do not like that. Do not like that one bit.
Electroplating completed.
I've always been a fun guy.
Okay, so this would have 8 plus 3 is 11 mana. I mean, we're getting close to killing him off Puffcaps, but he's also getting incredibly close to just killing us. So, I don't know that we're actually in good shape here.
Metal is perfection.
Okay.
Another brilliant.
Right, and now I can't actually combo off this turn no matter what happens.
could kill him with Viktor, potentially. If he's not careful, I mean... we could kill him with Viktor. Wait a minute. No, because it only makes it cost one less. It's not free. I have to have multiple Viktors for it to be free. This Viktor could kill him. Potentially. If he's not holding burn. If he's not holding burn, this can legitimately kill him. Actually, even if he is holding burn, because we have deny, he has to have multiple copies of burn. He has to have multiple copies of burn, plus probably suit up. I have him very close to dead right now. And with Fury, he gets outside of burn real quick. Yep. So I can cast this for 3? I mean, this isn't the combo, but... yeah, I mean, this is the best I could do here. Drop him to 1. Then he just has to die to a mushroom. Play this to draw us towards Mystic Shot? That's not Mystic Shot, but... oh man. Oh man. Oh, there it is. Oh, we didn't combo off, but we got the win, and we got it with Viktor, and I will, I guess, take that best that I can anyway. Oh, that was depressing. Oh. Alright, so how do we do in our matches? And the answer is absolutely terrible, and you have no idea just how bad. I played 10 games of this when I first hit Masters, and that's where one of those games from, if you were paying attention, that's missing the little region symbols, that's from, because we actually got to combo off in that game, and it didn't even matter, but I included that one so you can see the combo happen, as well as more recent games, so you can see it how it's doing now. But overall, in total, win rate 18%. That's 3 wins and 14 losses. The deck is absolutely terrible, but is it fun? In normals, yes. In ranked, where you're going to run into a ton of aggro right now, or like Fiora Shen, it's not particularly fun, to be quite honest. It is really bad, but if you're looking for a little fun warm-up deck for normals, I've had a lot of fun with this deck, because the combo is crazy when you get it, and you're pretty likely to get it in normals, because we have a lot of ways to find it. In pretty much most of our games, we found the combo in some form, and we just weren't able to pull it off, and in all 3 wins, we never assembled the combo. I could have. That last game, I had the pieces for it with Viktor, but I wasn't able to actually do it that turn because I couldn't have done everything that turn. Basically, the Dawn Dusk would have been great, but since it wouldn't have actually had the leveled up Viktor, it wouldn't have mattered, and even if it did, I still would have needed the 3 mana to cast the Vault Breaker the first time, so Viktor's just really not the way you're looking to win the game, but obviously you can get really powerful like you did that game. Plenty of ways to go crazy with them, so that's always fun. Yeah, it's a very neat deck. I would not take it to rank, and I certainly never will again. At least not this season. Maybe in a future season I will try it again, but certainly it's not fun in ranked. It really isn't, because either the decks are going to be too fast and you're going to get run down in seconds, or it's going to be a deck like Fiora Shen where, yes, it's slow, but they have deny, so it doesn't really matter, and even if they don't have deny, they have combat spells that'll kill your stuff instead, so it'll never happen. So the only real deck you have a chance against is Feel the Rush. Feel the Rush is actually a great matchup because we have deny to stop anything. It can stop Field Rush, it can stop their kill spells, their board wipes, any of that stuff, so that one we're going to be in a much better shape.
But all in all, we lose to basically any deck that's good. If the deck is good to any degree, we'll lose to it in probably 90% of our games, 80% of our games. And if we win, it's because we jank them out in some really weird way, like that Viktor game against Vizluces, where we just had Scout Viktor with Overwhelm and 10 power, and Fury to give them even more, though they probably would have died even without the Fury, because their own pick a card pretty much killed them at that point with drawing a bunch of mushrooms. So they were pretty unfavored to win at that point, I'd say. But yeah, definitely a bad deck. It's a really neat deck, and it's probably the only infinite combo in the game right now. So that's pretty neat. We never quite got to level up Ezreal. We were really close in one game, and obviously Ezreal's going to be your most direct way to win because you're going to ping them every time you cast Fault Breaker. And I don't think the game's hard capped to prevent you from killing that way, but it could be close. I think you're able to cast at least 20 times, though, so you should be able to win off that combo, but yeah, definitely a fun deck if you want to try it out. It's something that's been on the list for Stiff Brew for a long time ago, back when I was doing the series regularly, so I just kind of really wanted to give it a try, especially since it uses Viktor, and Viktor's pretty new, so I thought it was a good time for it, but yeah, it's honestly, this is probably the worst meta that there's ever been for this deck, so definitely wouldn't recommend it in ranked. If you're looking for some for fun, it'll give you that, and if you really like infinite combos, this is probably the only deck that's going to give you an infinite combo in Legends of Runeterra, so that might be worth checking it out just to see that alone. Of course, you can't actually go infinite in the game because of the changes when Hush was really broken, but yeah, that's the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, leave a like, comment below, and subscribe for more card game related content.